In the depths of the unpredictable Bering Sea, miners are willing to risk it all for the chance to literally strike gold. Bigger stakes, legendary rivalries, and new crew members all come to a head in the new season of Discovery Channel's Bering Sea Gold. And here to break it all down is Emily Rydell. We're happy to have you on the show. And to me, this show kind of sounds like a mix between Gold Rush and Deadliest Catch. So how would you describe it to someone who hasn't seen it before?
I'd say that's pretty similar. It's just better than both of those programs. No, just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Of course.
But no, that's a fair description. It's gold, it's boats, it's the Bering Sea, and the stakes are similar. Inland mining, like they do in Gold Rush, is very different than what we're doing for our ocean placer mining. For one thing, it's quite a bit more, it's prohibitively expensive to inland mine, which is why ocean mining is so much better. It's much more accessible for everyday people like myself because the overhead to get in is a lot less.
That's so interesting. And I have to ask, how did you even get into this industry? Because when I read a little bit about you, you were interested in opera studies. Did you want to actually be an opera singer?
Yes, I certainly did. I had my bachelor's degree in music and wanted to get a master's and thought that gold mining for a summer in Nome would be the right way to fund that venture.
And then you just stayed? I mean, what really drew you to want to stay then and continue in that route instead?
Right. Yeah. No. Well, that's a great question. I think I know what drew me to stay. The challenge of it was so great. It was such a difficult job to succeed at, and there are so many people around me that were failing at it. I just felt compelled to put my head in the game and try to make it work, even though, because I had this calling as a singer and it was like my lifeblood and my passion at the time. It was difficult for me to make that transition, but there is something to like the call of gold mining, of the independence of it, just that impotence to try to make your way in the world and literally take your own fortune using your own means off the ocean floor. There is something so compelling about that to me.
Yeah, so mysterious too. And I believe you just got married recently, right? So how has this impacted your family life, this career?
Yeah, it's changed it dramatically in wonderful ways and challenging ways too. When you were a single independent person, keeping your own hours and just kind of flying through life by the seat of your pants, it was a lot easier to be a business owner and just kind of go your own way. And now there's multiple people in my life that I'm a part of, and it's a wonderful thing, but it's a change for sure.
Sure, I'm sure. So overall, what can we expect this season? I kind of teased a little bit at the beginning, but what can you tell us?
Yeah, well, it's coming out tonight, so definitely go and watch it. But it's a wild season. The competition over the ever-growing scarce mineral is hot, and there's fights, boats are sinking, and my wonderful friend Jane from Last Frontier is coming up and joining me, and she's a wonderful, hilarious person, and so she and I are just having a good time, and the world is burning around us up there. It's just a wild season, and you got to watch it to believe it.
Okay, and I have to ask too, I mean, I'm sure there's not as many women doing this as men. How has that affected you, I guess, in this route of your career?
I think at first it was the hardest because people have to kind of get used to you being around, and there's a lot of people looking down on you and expecting you to fail. But once you've shown that you can get put out and compete as well as the others, then it just becomes more normal. I mean, you just have to kind of work hard enough and show that you're willing to work, so the whole notion gets normalized and people don't see that you're a woman, they just see you're a fellow miner.
Right. Well, I'm loving the girl power. You are inspiring me because I would be so intimidated by that, but to see you doing it is so cool. So thank you so much for joining us. Good luck with everything. And you can now watch the new season of Bering Sea Gold on Discovery Channel Tuesday nights at 8. And if you'd like to see this segment again, just head to our website,